Kesis ramp deck, for people not familiar, Kesis the Hidden Hand here is a card that is the cornerstone of combo decks in Historic and Pioneer, but can also be played in a more fair shell like this. So this is a legendary deck that's looking to ramp up with these dorks into Sorin, and our 5-drop's a little bit ahead of curve here. One thing worth noting is that Kesis lets us cast even non-creature legendary, so binning things like the Great Henge can be recast to him. Rotting Regisaur helps us cast this card earlier ahead of curve. People are discussing the ramp options here. I think I like these two choices of ramp. Goose is pretty bad in a world without Oko, and I don't think this deck has enough lands for a Boreal Grazer. I think usually you want 25 or 26 lands in most decks that have a Boreal Grazer, and 24 is a little bit on the low side. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive on into some matches here with this one and see how it goes. I thought I wasn't playing any more brews this standard. What I meant when I said I wasn't playing any more brews in this standard, I meant I wasn't playing brews for $10. For people that are new to this channel, that's what that meant. When I tell you no, I'm not willing to play your deck, what I'm actually saying is you should submit it with more money if you really want me to try this. That's the above the board answer. I will flail and die, or maybe be pleasantly surprised with just about anything for the right amount of money. The $50 mark or so is where my standards basically end up in the gutter. There's really no standards for $50 or more. Hey, mine too. Listen, Hoaglandia runs just like the American democratic system. Everybody gets a vote, and then at the end of the day, whoever spent the most money decides what actually happens. What an exciting first match. Should I you know, I'm gonna restart the client here really quick just in case we're the one who's disconnected, because Magic Arena and WotC not knowing how to write software, there's a non-zero chance we're currently roping out and disconnected. These people are great, buy their stuff. Nope, it is actually them disconnected. Weird. Can you donate anything for $50? No. No, I've met you, Justin. You need approval. Are we getting roped? I can't tell if their timer ran out or if it got low and then they passed priority. If it gets low and then they play a land again, I'm gonna concede the match because life's too short for me to play against someone this salty. But maybe they're just disconnected, I couldn't tell. So if they're griefing us, we're not gonna stick around for that. I think nobody got time for that. So they have to be here to play a land, right? All right, so I'm gonna take a screenshot of their username. I'll report them later. So, you know, if they were just like disconnected, you know, life happens, you walk away from your computer, your kid disconnects your router, whatever, but that was them intentionally roping us. So we'll report them later. Their username is CAP, C-A-P in all capitals. So. No, twice in a row, their timer got almost to nothing and then gave me priority. It didn't actually pop. So that was not them. That was them griefing. I'm not sure when my next Mythgard stream is going to be, Harry. It's just tough to fit everything in. On the draw, I might keep this with the speculative with the scry, but on the play, definitely catch and release. Keep this in bot on the Massacre Girl. At the end of the day, folks, you just need to remember that, like, that last person that we just played against, you should feel bad for them, not for me. In order to have what they just did be something you want to spend your time doing in a children's card game like this on the internet, their life is probably in a really bad spot. They almost certainly need that match win more than I do. So I think with this land drawn, I'm actually just going to Leafkin Druid here, and then we'll drop Oketra next turn and start pumping out tokens, huh? Our opponent decided to rope us from the very start of the match. Like, very first turn of the game started roping us. Okay, if they don't kill Oketra this turn, we're in a good spot. If they have like a Conclave Tribunal, we're probably gonna die. Yeah, Oketra makes 4/4 Vigilant tokens, right? Yeah. So like, if we get to untap with our board, we get to like, go Kisis, Leafkin, make 2 4/4s. Hopefully this is just like a Venerated Loxodon. Sweet. I think I'm actually going to decline tucking that back in. Math checks out. Math checks out on that one. All right. Sorin's kind of whatever here. They was going to trim him and bring in a couple Murderous Riders, extra early blockers. Maybe I split Great Henge and Sorin. They're both kind of whatever. Actually, Kaya's probably okay here, huh? They had a number of one-drop creatures that they played. Maybe this is just too slow, though. Is she better than Great Henge? I probably don't need Great Henge to grind here, huh? If you don't put Kaya into this matchup, she probably doesn't belong in the 75. No, I don't think that's true. The reason why I think Kaya is very good in this format is because she's excellent against the Cat Oven decks. She can exile cats that are in the graveyard, and she can also exile Oven while it's in play. I don't think she's strictly here for 1-drop aggro. You board out Henge, maybe Regisaur's bad? Yeah, I could see that. I guess Regisaur typically doesn't trample, so it's going to have a hard time cutting through in this matchup. Yeah, it doesn't seem like an unreasonable conclusion. Maybe if we lose this game, we'll cut Regisaur for game 3. Is Cage better than Kaya in that matchup? Those cards are, they kind of do different things, Justin. I think there's spots where Cage is better than Kaya and spots where it's not. That's a good one, yeah. Paradise Druid is even like a bro and like gets the Massacre Girl chain going. Just like makes the second black and like makes the killable. So they could pump this twice, right? So that's 6, 12. We're gonna go to 3 here. If they play Ember Cleave, we take 14 and go to 1. I think I know blocks this attack. Oh, I guess this is a free block, huh? This is a free block. They could cleave and kill my Leafkin, I suppose. But then they get less double strike damage. It's a slaughter, chat. It's a slaughter. Hey, Kemsky King, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate the third of your support. Solus, thanks for re-upping for the 2nd month. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. But that's unfortunate. So if we would have hit an untapped land there that didn't hurt us, we could have Brontodoned the Ember Cleave, but we didn't, so we can't, so we're dead. Yeah, they had land 4/4 left. It's a close game. Yeah, I think I like the idea that this card's not very good. I'll bring in I'll bring in the Knights of Bottom. I'll bring the Sorin back in. Sorin rebuying Massacre Girl has a lot of appeal. In. Is the inverse of roping? Accurate. Alright, so I think we just set up for turn 4 Massacre Girl on the play, huh? Devotion Lotus. Okay, I mean that card's a lot worse than Nykthos. Cost 4 mana. Yeah, right, that's an appropriate payoff. With that card being printed, I would expect Nykthos not to be reprinted. 4 mana enters tapped, yeah. So like that card doesn't really accelerate you until turn 4 at the earliest. It's like if you play it on turn 3 off of an accelerant, you can activate it on 4. With Leyline, you can play a turn 2 with Mana Guy. Sure. Still seems fine. Alright, so we've got a draw step, a scry, and a draw step to an untapped land for Massacre Girl here. Field of Ruin is the perfect Ghost Quarter Tech Edge card. Really feels like that was like, they tried a lot of different Wasteland-esque designs for a long time, and Field of Ruin was really the peak perfect of that, I think. Oh no! Oh no! Well, shoot. Sick. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Ain't nobody need no scry lands. Just have the perfect card sitting on top waiting for you, chat. Easy game, easy life. Scry me a river, baby. Should have played Temple Guard because we're always lucky. Well, then I wouldn't have double black without the Druid, right? Great Bone Daddy! Thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
I dare you.
I'm gonna go ahead and just kill this now, and then plus, I'm killing it proactively because now I can plus Kaya to gain life right now, which is nice.
You won. This time.
How much are cut the lines? Cut the lines for decks that are not already in the queue is $100. To cut a deck already in the queue in today is $50. To get your deck played on a future stream is much less than that. Oketra should hopefully take over the game for us here. My wife bought me a shirt for Christmas that reads, "Untapped lands are why I have trust issues." That's great. Can you group a cut the line? You cannot. Cut the line's gotta come all from one person. You can group a deck into the next stream towards the top. Again, the cut the line rules are what they are to discourage people from cutting the line. Yeah, TX fist bump. Once we get more spoilers released, I will definitely write a formal article for them. But as they're just coming in bits and pieces, you'll hear me mention and look at them on occasion. I don't actually look at that many spoilers on stream a lot of the time, just because I agree with you that getting it in bits and pieces is less than ideal. So another spoiler season we're supposed to have like a pretty quick like 2 week or so spoilers, probably at the end of this week, like Friday night. The kids aren't coming home till Saturday, so probably Friday night after I get done streaming, I'll look through all the spoilers for the week and do a write-up. I mean, I'll review it on stream before I play it. It has to be standard too, Justin, just so you're aware. I don't allow cuts into other formats. Because changing back and forth between formats is not ideal. You said you're here with us instead of being on vacation with the family. I mean, like, they're just at my mother-in-law's house. Part of the reason they decided to go up there for a whole week is so I could have time to uninterrupted work. How long are pre-orders available through in client? I have no idea. Not a clue. Currently missing our second green source, which feels a little bit bad. Sick. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate you. So I get to go. Bin Great Henge, play Temple Garden, play Great Henge, play Rotting Regisaur. No blocks. Yeah, I boarded Great Henge out in the last matchup, Marty, because they were more aggressive. But we are in fact playing the Great Henge. Yep. Henge is basically, I could be playing the good artifact, but I'm playing this instead. Ain't that so true? I did get played in Pioneer, and it was very bad. So this turn, we're going to trade Regisaur for the Knight of the Ebon Legion. These Menace creatures are probably going to kill us, though. We're just dealing 3 damage a turn. I just can't get stuff onto the board quick enough. If we're really lucky, we'll draw Massacre Girl next turn. Hey, Aaron, thanks for the 3rd of the year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Wait, they just didn't attack? That's so good for me. Okay, well, they decided not to attack, so we have a chance now. Good golly. Do I play another Regisaur? I feel like I play another Regisaur. Just because, like, I think they're just not going to... I think they probably have to attack next turn, right? And then I can lose some of these. Like, I don't expect to discard 3 cards next turn. Do I play this land out? I feel like I don't. I think I'm just going to pass. Because if they don't attack next turn... Oh, I should leave up mana for Cleave. Yeah, that's a good call. I should play an untapped land so I don't die to Cleave. That's a good suggestion. Hey, Greeny T. I wish I like this format with those other cards as well. Oh, they're gonna give us cards, right? So playing a land is super, right? Yeah, paper magic cards. CoolStuffInc.com sells paper magic cards, in addition to lots of other gaming stuff. Right, sweet. Okay, so like this Massacre Girl should like clean the board out, and then we have a bunch of cards in hand from the Great Henge still. Okay, feels like we're in a pretty good spot, even if they make aggressive attacks here. We have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn, potentially. They have a lot of cards in hand, too, but, like, Massacre Girl plus Kisis is going to be a lot of card advantage. Well, I can't Sorin and Massacre Girl next turn, and I think I'm supposed to Massacre Girl first. Yeah, Jeff 5 works for any singles party bus. Like, I'm gonna gain plenty of life with the Great Henge, so like... I think I'm discarding these 3 cards. Yeah, the whole board's going away here, chat. And yeah, I could have attacked first, but like, there's a chance they block with their X1s, and that's not good for me, so... Like, they have 2 cards left, but I have 3 cards, a Great Henge, and these, so like, they basically just can't win from here. Yeah, this card's very powerful. Super, super strong. Can't lose has been declared. That is true. Yeah, and the Henges we discarded earlier are a great Kisis enabler. Accurate. No worries, Justin. I'm telling you, bud, you can use the form. I know it feels a little peasant-like, but it's much, much cheaper. Alright, so... Henge was pretty good there. I think I trim one, though. Crowds don't use the form. Whatever floats your boat. Couple of Murderous Riders sound good. I don't think this is a Kaya matchup. Do I want some Knights of Autumn as a way to kill? I probably don't. I guess the lifelink from this is good. I say I don't really need the grind, but the lifelink is appealing. Yeah, let's try this. I have 4 Brontodons to kill Sword. This is probably fine. Maybe this many Oketras is unnecessary. Is this unnecessary top end? Maybe I put like 2 of these in and trim 2 of these. What do I think is better? Is Oketra better or is Great Henge better? If I don't have Regisaur, Great Henge is pretty slow. I'm gonna go 3-2 on these. Hey, Box of Shoes. Thanks for the 13th month. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You are the reason the form exists. Numot the Nummy is like the OG Magic streamer. He's been doing Magic in some capacity for a very long time. He definitely hit full time doing it as a job before anyone else did. Caleb Durward has also been doing it as a full-time job longer than I have. Especially as far as Magic's concerned, though, I've been partnered for a good long time. My channel's been partnered for going on 5 years now. So I think we do this, and then this. Yeah, I think I'm in for Regisaur. He's a big beefcake. We can survive a little bit. We can get to Oketra next turn. I'm not sure we're going to live that long, though. Nah, there aren't really good reanimate cards in Pioneer. I think we're dead. I think we're just gonna be too slow here on the draw. That's part of the problem with these decks is we just don't have very good 1-mana cards. So like outside of playing like a bunch of Disfigure, it can be hard to beat their good draws on the draw. Yep, Cleveland is nice this time of year. Maybe there should just be a pile of Disfigures in our board. It's like the best 1-mana card we can play. I mean, compared to a really efficient aggro deck full of 1-drops, our deck is definitely clunky. Our deck's goal isn't to be hyper efficient. These are almost certainly the types of matchups for being on the play is more heavily skewed than being on the draw. I think this is a mulligan. I think in a matchup like this, I just can't afford to not have a turn 2 play. This hand's not stellar, but it clears the threshold I just mentioned, so we're going to keep it. Gonna bottom Godless Shrine here. No 1-drop. That's absurd for us. Opponent decided they want to take a controlling role here. That's good for us. Our deck is definitely favored as games go along. Thanks for the 17 months, Gix. Yeah, the notifications are weird. Varys Shata, thank you for the half-a-year support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm actually just gonna play this out. It's the most mana efficient. It can gain me a bunch of life. It's like, hey, look, a distraction. It gains me a life when it upticks, and like it's gonna get attacked for a little bit of damage here as well. I'm gonna bottom a follow-up Sorin, definitely just looking for threats at this point. Yeah, the Crusader, when their board is as low as it is and we're as far ahead as we are, the Crusader is definitely very good for us, especially with how little gas we currently have. Please play another removal spell. Deal. Huh? I'm just gonna play this tap for now. We'll see what they do. You got it. Waiting on the Massacre Girl really working out here. If they don't have Bone Crusher Giant, Sorin gets to live. And then Massacre Girl cleans these up. Hopefully they just like to play another threat here that's not Rotting Regisaur. Perfect. Massacre Girl about to live up to her name. It's just like, couldn't have scripted this better for ourselves. Tempo Girl Strike. She is a big tempo swing, huh? Sure. With this having menace, we're going to get to run them down pretty quickly. Thanks for the cards, opponent. Yeah, the only one with really menacing creatures. Yeah, I feel like our opponent misassessed their role in this matchup. They definitely brought in too much interaction. We're playing 4 Massacre Girls. As always, the deck list is available on your screen. Alright, typing exclamation point deck in chat. Yeah, and this is a really common mistake that newer players make. Having the wrong role, misassessing what you're supposed to be doing in a matchup and then getting punished for it. It's kind of a rite of passage in Magic. We've all been there. To be fair, if they have a Great Henge here, if they have a sword here, we could be in trouble, right? Oh, right. Actually, no, right? Because I have Brontodon? Durf. Yeah. Wow. If they attack with this, I'm going to double block with these. Sick. And then with this drawing me a card, I'm going to actually hold on to this land for a turn, because if this draws me a spell, I want to discard the Land of the Crusader. All right, 9 more turns till they're dead here. Does Titan Strength do it? Titan Strength on Hoplite is +4 twice. That's only 19, right? It's +4. It's 1 +4 +4 double strike +1 from Arcanus. Oh, you get to attack for 1 on turn 2, right? Okay, yeah. So technically you can 20 on turn 3. The bits. The bits. The bits. I don't have any bits to take, opponent. Drill these. Ugh. That's kind of a sad one. Oketra has a bow and no reach. He deserves no play. Rough. Yes, you are at 2. You are at 2, going to 1. Yeah, kinda Cummy Pizza. I was actually just thinking that, but I didn't say it. This feels like the Abzan hero deck we played the other day. We're just like, why is Kisis in here? Kind of feels like a question I need to ask myself. What release? Wait. Why doesn't this work? Does it not let me double block because my card has Menace? Can you just never double block with Menace? Is this real life? Is this real life? But like, I understand it's bugged when you go to double block their Menace thing, but you have to double block. Wait, now I gotta find out. Does this work? No, I just can't double block anything while they have a Menace creature out. Man, that's some good technology right there. You just can't double block anything by clicking like that while they have a Menace creature out. Oh gosh! Do they have 2 Ember Cleaves? Are we about to get double cleaved? Whoo, doggy! Alright. I think we're still okay though, right? They're still dead in the backswing? Alright. Alright, we're okay. Calm down, champ. Calm down. Whew. Cleave is legendary, but I was destroying one of them. So I had Brontodon up to destroy one. They did have the moral victory. They did successfully cleave through our Brontodon. Will be a story to tell their children after the battle. Because we had the Kisis ramp deck today as a cut the line, we are going to be running a little bit later than normal. So in addition to this deck, I'm planning to do 3 more standard decks today. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you'll be around for the afternoon with us. It's me, your dad. Thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Temple is looking for lands or ramp creatures. Ramp creature would be ideal. I think I'm gonna be conservative and keep the land though. Oh, I actually missed it. So, I'm gonna queue another match here. Our opponent is rank 1000 something, and I missed it. I'm not beating people who are out of the percentages for the last couple of days. The ladder system sucks, and it's really stressful playing in the last couple days when you're trying to make the top whatever. So, I'm not gonna make people's lives harder at no gain to myself. I'm already qualified for the MCQ for that this month qualifies for, so my rank doesn't matter. So like, all I'm doing is taking a spot from someone else potentially. This person's in the percentages with us, so we're gonna play. But people who are in the top 1500 or so where they have a number, I'm giving them matches. Is this a keep? It's pretty slow. I don't know what they're doing. If they're on something mid-rangey, this could be fine. I feel like I can't just in the dark mulligan for mana dorks. I only have 8 of them. Thanks, Kirker. You need to gatekeep, something like that. What's the boundary percentage? Can we drop out? No, you can't drop out of Mythic once you're Mythic. Perfect. That was actually exactly what we wanted to draw. Nice, Timor. Looks like Jund Oven, most likely. Hey, Jamal. Hopefully you get back up there at the end. If you were at rank 100, I would have stopped at 100. 100 super safe. I think I just want a forest here. It might be right to grab a swamp, just so I have second black for this. You predict Jund Oven will be destroyed. Let's see. Seems like we have a lot of good tools there. Brontodon's pretty great. We put Kaya's and Knight of Autumns in the sideboard, so we have lots of ways to keep Trail off the table. I feel like if we're successful at keeping Trail off the table, this should be a pretty okay matchup for us. Hey, thanks for the quarter for your Ethereal. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Croaker, if you didn't see us play with the green-black oven deck yesterday, you definitely want to check it out. It's one of the sweetest decks I've played in a long time. It's up on the website on the historic deck page. So, because they played Devil here, I'm actually going to go ahead and just play this tapped and pass the turn. And then next turn, I can shock this in, play Massacre Girl, and then clean all 3 of these out. That's true. They could theoretically kill my Druid in response. Sweet. In. Slaughter them all! Slaughter them all! Yeah, I agree. Paradise Druid being the Kickstarter to Massacre Girl has been relevant a bunch of different times so far. People are judging me for my deck. My feelings are hurt. It's okay, Justin. Aren't you used to that by now? Dr. Brouhaha! Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate the 7th month. Corvald's pretty scary. I guess he eats a land here on them. I will try to remember that when we're done, Illusions. I guess I'm just playing Kisis out. Yeah, the fact that they're missing lands means that we could have a chance here. I kind of feel like I want just a bunch of Murderous Riders in this deck as a little bit more interaction. I've got 2 in the sideboard. I kind of wouldn't mind just having 4 in the main. We have yet to activate Kisis. Go for a Korvold kill. How do we kill Korvold? Well, this gains me a bunch of life. This gains lifelink as well. They're down to 11 here. The lifelink from these Sorins might be our saving grace. Maybe. Yeah, Sorin is a tough one to race. Murderous Rider goes a long way towards doing that, though. Are they debating eating their riders so they can play Beanstalk next turn? Yeah, like, if these Kisis had text boxes, like, if all of these were Murderous Riders, we'd be in a really good spot. And I would argue we'd probably be in can't lose territory. Yeah, we just can't beat this Korvold game 1. A lot of cards that look kind of appealing. Oh, this Sorin doesn't seem particularly great either. I was like kind of okay at racing there, I guess. Yeah, Regisaur does just get blanked by cats. That's fair. I don't... Like, do I cut Great Henge then, though, too? Just like a Henge out matchup? Just, like, trim around the edges for the rest of it? Just be like, Massacre Girl, God-Eternal Oketra deck? That's probably fine. Ceratops has Trample and Reach. Maybe that's okay. Blocks Corvald is a stretch. I guess it technically chump blocks Corvald, that's accurate. Murderous Rider's kind of neat because it's a removal spell that like triggers God-Eternal Oketra. He blocks Corvald better than Oketra does. That's technically correct. Yeah, Riders trigger Henge too. Also accurate. I feel like the Kisis Sorin part of this deck is kind of nonsense. Rest of it seems pretty okay. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try cutting all the Kisis and trimming the Sorins after this. Is there another kind of large creature we could play to enable Henge? Is it just Lovestruck Beast? Is Lovestruck Beast the only thing? Lovestruck Beast would give us a meaningful play before turn 3. Yeah, just Lovestruck Beast is the go-to, right? That these Henge decks usually play. The problem with Beast is we don't have any other 1/1s. We could just play Ceratops. So I didn't play the Kisis there because I want to play it post Oketra to make a thing. Yep. We're afraid of the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Alright, I think I know what I want to change in here. Let's make some changes. Let's just turn this into an Abzan Henge deck. God-Eternal Oketra and Massacre Girl. God-Eternal Oketra and Massacre Girl have been like the best part about this deck, it feels like. And I feel like that's what I would like to focus on rather than this like kind of weird legendary part. Kisis has just been regularly just like not quite good enough. I think with Oketra, I think the Henges are fine, but I probably don't want 4 of them, especially with a bunch of Oketra here. I'm not sure that I want these Sorins. I definitely want a bunch of Murderous Riders, because that card triggers Henge and is great. Yeah, it's probably just Lovestruck Beast, huh? Maybe a couple Sorin are fine. The racing from Sorin's been okay. Ooh, I like that suggestion. Yeah, let's leverage the White Splash a little bit more and just play a bunch of Night Autumns. I like that. It's just like a 4-power thing. I think that's pretty reasonable. Nah, I think I like Sorin. Rebuying all of our various dorks seems real good. I don't know what exactly we want in the sideboard at this point. Oh, Disfigure was a card we said we wanted. Let's just let full 4-ball of that. Let's do it. Do you want Lovestruck over Leafkin? I don't think so. Our curve's pretty chunky. I think I like the Leafkin Druid still. Sure. Scry me a river, baby. I think Brontodon really kind of convinced me it's worth its weight, the way it lets you interact with Embercleave. Brontodon's much better than Knight against Embercleave on average, because you can sacrifice it to never get double struck by the Embercleave. Alright, so we're just playing a... If I play Regisaur here, will it die to Massacre Girl next turn? There's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 triggers. If they play out one thing, there'll be 5 triggers. So they have to play out 2 creatures in order to have this die to Massacre Girl. Am I supposed to play this? I feel like I'm supposed to play it. Because, like, if they play out 2 things, I'm pretty okay losing this too, right? Because I'm gonna get so much value from it. Hopefully they just go, like, land Nissa plus, and then, like, we get to play this and just slaughter them. Sorry, massacre them. Oh, you know what? They could potentially just fart this turn too. If they fart this, I can't clear the board. This is perfect.
Witness the ties that bind us all. Behold, nature's true power.
So I don't want to attack first here, because if I attack first, they could block. So this should be a 2-1 when all's said and done, right? Sweet. Just like we drew it up. Leafkin Druid showing why it's worth having a little bit of extra acceleration in here. Both Massacre Girl and Oketra just 1 turn ahead of curve is incredibly powerful. 3 land, still have 7 mana. Yep, feels Nissa, man.
The land shall conquer you.
How do you feel about ditching the extra Massacre Girl here? Good, I think. Oh, I guess that's true. Kesis did let you play these a turn ahead of curve, huh? It did have the acceleration aspect. I don't know. I still don't think I like it, but I understand it now. I wasn't thinking about that aspect of it. All right, so now... Yeah, Kesis was a mana dork. I definitely wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, he's still clunky. I still think I like not having him. That makes more sense. Maybe I'm supposed to hold this to play after this to draw a card. Could go either way there. if I like played this post Henge, I only have 3 mana left over, so there's a good chance whatever this was drawing, I'm just discarding anyways.
The land fights for us.
So they have 6, 8 mana total here. If their last card's not very good, we could be okay here. Wow, woof.
Be wary of the ground.
It's a lot of damage. No, I'd only have 3 left over after I played the Leafkin. Yeah, the Great Henge helps stabilize us a little bit here. Wouldn't be too surprised to see them trade 2 lands here, and then we're just like, fingers crossed, hoping to draw a bunch of spells in a row, creature spells in a row. So we can change through things together with this. This game's pretty close, all things considered, right? I feel like it could go either way, depending on how the top decks go from here. Opponent on 3 mana, 3 lands, and 7 mana still, though, so, you know, if they rip like a Hydroid Crisis, they bury us very quickly. Yeah, I should just activate this now before I forget. All right, Y-Sticks, you know what you're doing to yourself there, should we actually draw it. They don't have very good taxes. Yeah, I think that trade's good for us. Whoo, doggy. Papi! Papi! Man, that's way better than drawing a Kisses, huh? That is way better than drawing Kisses. Oh, feels good, man. And I'm gonna attack here, because if they want to trade their land for my 4/4, I think I'm okay with that, with this 3/4 in play. I think this exchange is good for me. It's still a 3/4. It is still a 3/4. You're not wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to hold on to the other one there, just in case they have like Assassin's Trophy in their main deck or Brontodon. Yeah, we ripped a Murderous Rider, Vin. Buddy. Oh, buddy, old pal. Oh, buddy, old pal. Yeah, Sorin's still pretty okay. Still pretty okay. Get it, got it good. I actually don't have much for this matchup. I think it's just like Despark in. Do we expect Brontodon to really have text? Let me just do this. Maybe I should have some Noxious Grasp on the sideboard. Some Grasp or some trophies for a match like this. Yeah, Henge and Oketra are both cards that, like, if they don't get answered and you untap with them, they generally run away with the game. I mean, there's a lot less green now than there once was. Like, the two of the better decks in the format right now are red-black aggro and Jeskai Fires. I think I'm just going to play out a couple of 4-3s here to start. Rather than play Rotting Regisaur and be forced to start binning my hand. I blame climate change for the lack of green. Ooh, the oil companies are killing our Okos. Will somebody please think of the Okos? The Fires decks are playing Cavalier. The Fires, they're still Fringe decks, Fringe people playing the Super Fringe builds, but they're much worse than just killing people with the Cavalier deck. Circuitous Route. Interesting. Okay, so they're, what's his name? Javier Dominguez played a, I believe it was Javier, was it? Javier, or no, was it Salvato? Maybe it was Salvato. One of the players, I believe from South America, played a Sultai Circuitous Route, like, Casualties of War main deck build at the last Mythic Championship. It was Salvato, right? Javier won with Girl. Yeah. No, that was 2 ago. It was 2 ago that Javier won with Girl. Yeah, Javier is one of the 3 people playing the Flash deck the last MC. Just finished watching your Feather replay. Clearly you wanted to avoid the attention that decked up by F6 in your Vanguard at the SE. You get me. Just like we drew it up. Yeah, this looks like something similar to what Salvato played. The main deck casualties. Vanessa.
I protect that which cannot protect itself.
They're very careful to leave specific lands up here, so if they have a counter spell, we could be in trouble. Ramping into good cards, pretty okay. Missing the second white source for that. That just worked. Okay, deal. I think I'm supposed to no blocks this because I need the power for this Great Henge. About to get mass manipulation. Hydroid Crisis, maybe. Gadwick, yep. I'd be surprised if we're not dead here. Fumbled and stumbled a little bit too long, and the opponent had Casualties of War to push us even down further when we stumbled. Growth Spiral diddle your thing, yep. I wonder if they're playing Gadwick in addition to or instead of Crisis. Gosh, maybe I'm supposed to board in my Duresses here. I didn't feel like I had a lot of good ones to board in. I feel like I want these Duresses. Just because Casualties of War is such a beating. They can also tag Nissa or potentially counter spells. The war was not kind. Oh, 3 color decks. Well, you know. Alright, let's try one more. Not a whole lot to be done there. Stumble and die into mulligan and die. Let's try one last one with this one, and then we'll roll on into kicking the targets on some blue black reanimator. Wouldn't playing into Paradise Druid on 2 with Passage and Plains. You missed the lands. It was Godless Shrine and Plains. If it hadn't been Fabled Passage, you're right, that hand was keepable. Agree. I would like to warn everyone, you should have low expectations going into the next deck. It is an ambitious build around submission. Ambitious is the polite way to say bad, right? Deliberately built, something like that. We did this on purpose! On purpose! Okay. That's very nice. Bottom that. I'll play this out as a 4-3. And then hopefully they play these the next 2 turns, then we get to Massacre Girl them. Nah, I don't think I Reggie here. I think I want to get this out to set up to Massacre their 5/5s. Deal. Yes, very, very likely the Teamer Adventures deck that's been going around a little bit. It top 8'd the Grand Prix in Portland. Was it last couple weekends ago before Christmas? Bone Crusher here, sure. Let's just do this. I probably should have just done this from the start. What pulled me to streaming when I was starting out? I was playing way too much Magic the Gathering on the computer anyways, and a number of people that knew that I was playing said, hey, you should stream because we want to watch you stream. So I was like, yeah, sure, that's probably easy. No Spoon, thanks for the 13 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So my first number of streams actually were just like me silently playing. I didn't even have a webcam. It was just like me broadcasting my desktop. I mean, to be fair, it's trivially easy to just broadcast your desktop on Twitch, right? Like, doing what I do today and, like, doing an entire production is not trivial. But, like, when someone was like, hey, you should stream, you should just stream the games you're playing anyways, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Hey, R-Large, good to have you here. When I originally turned that webcam on, you know, like some many odd years ago, definitely never expected it to be a job. The act of starting streaming is easy. The act of making it successful is not. And the God's honest truth that if you've been here long enough, you've heard me say before, is that like being successful at streaming isn't just something you can like flip a switch and do. A lot of the things that make a Twitch stream successful are things that are just largely outside of your control as a content producer. Even if you're good at what you're doing and you have the right technology and you're putting in the effort, a lot of people who ultimately try to stream don't end up going anywhere with it. That's just the reality of it. You know, my channel's been partnered for, you know, 4.5 years now. I streamed for probably a couple of years before that. And like, all things considered, like, I've been doing this for 6 some odd years, and like, it's only been my job for like less than 2. Yeah, it's not that dissimilar to comparisons to it's not that dissimilar to comparisons to kids wanting to grow up and be on sports ball teams. Yeah, I'm supposed to attack with this too. I think I'd rather kill the 5/5 than the 4/3. And I can just go ahead and do this, make another 4/4. Yeah, I probably should have just attacked with everything there. I can confidently say I'm here because of your history with Kiki Cord. Thanks. Maybe I should have just played this. If I would have played this, it would have killed both of these and this. And then it would have killed this as well. It would have been 1, 2, 3, 4. I would have had these two in play. Maybe that's better. Yeah, I mean, the YouTube thing's another one of those things just where, like, it was something I started doing just because, like, it was easy and something people asked me to do. And then, like, once I put a little bit of effort into it, like, it's a reason that my channel ended up growing like it did for sure. High-level play and adult behavior expectations. I don't know. I read from a very authoritative sounding person on the internet that this stream is run by a perpetuate man-child. I don't know. Are you telling me that Reddit lied to me? Because I feel like Reddit wouldn't do that, chat. Why would Reddit lie to me? I think I attack with these to start and see where we go. I might Massacre Girl post-combat. Yeah, we ban everyone for having opinions. No opinions allowed. You have a Brazen Borrower here? Sure. So this trades with Cavalier Gales now? I have an opinion, what are you gonna do about it? Listen, I mean, Reddit wouldn't lie. You're not allowed to have opinions here. Come on now. It is, Rhino. That's one of the toughest things about the society in which we live today, is that facts are not subjective. One of the toughest things for me that I had to learn to handle as doing this as a job was the fact that people, and it really says a lot about how, like, the 2016 election and stuff went, the fact that people are willing to just, like, bold-face lie about things that are easily verifiable as true or not true is just so crazy to me still today. Like, that's something that regularly happens still to me as a person, because there's people that just, you know, don't like me, that, like, will just straight up make up utter nonsense that just couldn't be further from the truth. Oh, would the Paradise Druid have been the only thing that died to the Massacre Girl? We were talking, and I guess I wasn't paying close enough attention. I think you're right that the Paradise Druid might have been the only thing that was gonna die. If that was the case, I definitely should have played the Massacre Girl, not close. If post-combat that was the case, I definitely should have. I don't remember the board state. There might not have been any X2s, you're right. I can't remember if I thought their creatures had damage marked on them, though. Moo is, thanks for the half year, I appreciate that. Welcome back. If they find a Brazen Borrower here, we could be in a lot of trouble. There was a giant that I honestly don't remember. I don't know. If they have a Brazen Borrower, they get to kill a Rotting Regisaur with it effectively. They get to bounce in response to the trigger. And they didn't discard one of their cards to this, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had a Borrower. Kinda surprised they don't have a Borrower. This is a good draw, though. Big fan of running well. Big fan of running well. Crunch. All right, a little bit of a slog, but we got there at the end. Could you imagine if it was Kisis, though? To be fair, I don't remember what was in my bin. So there's a chance that, like, what was in my bin was relevant. My sideboard doesn't really do anything here, huh? Like, Despark. I guess they have a couple of Cavaliers. I guess I'll bring in Despark and cut these Brontodons. Let's try that and see how it goes. Oh, yeah, maybe Disfigure plays? Yeah, I didn't think about Innkeeper. Yeah, Disfigure tags Brazen Borrower, too. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. If we get a game 3, I will bring in some Disfigures. This will be our last match for this one, so 1 or maybe 2 more games. If we lose this, we're going to roll it into some Reanimator. And we've got a couple of Oven decks to close things out after that. I'm excited to play the Mardoom Oven deck today. It's a deck that I'm considering playing for the Mythic Championship qualifier if it doesn't suck. What's the win rate with this deck? I have no idea. So I had someone ask me the other day why I don't put the win rates of my decks in the title or the description. And there's one point I can hammer home enough for you as viewers, is that all of the sample sizes with any deck that I play here, and honestly most other Twitch streams, they're small enough to be statistically insignificant. You should not put weight into the actual results of the matches that you're playing. It's very possible to be undefeated with a deck that's very bad and not worth working on, and it's also very possible to have not won a game with a deck that's reasonable and worth working on some more. That's just how Magic goes. One of the things that couldn't be further from the truth that a lot of people don't understand about statistics is, especially with Magic, there's a lot of people who think that small amounts of bad data are better than having no data, and that's actually not true. Having bad data is often worse than having no data because you're drawing incorrect conclusions from it. Weird that they didn't even have a 3-drop there. Okay, I think I'm just gonna put this into play tapped. And then with this draw, I might just Murderous Rider this. I guess I could just Brontodon and then next turn Massacre Girl the Innkeeper. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just Brontodon and then hit Massacre Girl next turn. I don't know if the deck has enough things to support Blood for Bones Bastronio. I also was specifically requested to build the deck around the artifact, and I think the artifact's just worse than Blood for Bones, but we'll talk about that when we pull it up. Got your proof right here, son of Sam. Here's your proof. Here's your sign. Now here's 600 numbers as proof. I don't know why they were fancy and waited until my turn to do this. I don't know why they wouldn't just bounce it on their turn. Oh, they don't have a green source for this Innkeeper. That's sad. think I'm still just supposed to Massacre Girl here and kill this one so they don't draw too many cards, but it still makes me a little sad. I guess if they would have played the other one, I would have lost my whole board. So next turn we can go Great Henge, Leafkin Druid. Alternatively, I could go God-Eternal Oketra next turn. And then, I can go God-Eternal Oketra, then the following turn go Great Henge, Leafkin Druid. Playing Great Henge this turn gives me a chance to hit a land drop, though. I think I want to try and hit a land drop. This gives me more mana next turn, too, which is nice. So now, next turn I can go God-Eternal and then Leafkin. Worth noting that Great Henge does not trigger on token, so God-Eternal Oketra does not double up our creatures in terms of card draw. We have 8 mana here total. What you got? Okay, this is flying, but Oketra's got a bow, so she can block the flying creature at least, so that's good. Important to note, yep. I think they have mass manipulation. A lot of these decks had mass manipulation in the sideboard, but this opponent's build looks to be a little unique. I haven't seen Cavaliers in this archetype before, so there's a chance they're not playing the Wish card. I'll say no blocks here. So each of these tap for 2 green, which is pretty great. Don't have any white mana currently. So I actually can't play any creatures out other than this Murderous Rider, and I kind of want to kill something with the Murderous Rider, right? Right? I mean, sneak attack is sneak attack on a stick, right? Like, sneak attack is a stick. I'm going to attack with this to offer to trade it for an Edgewall Innkeeper here. This might be a little aggressive. But this has menace, so if they wanna block it, they have to give me an Innkeeper to eat. So like take 4 or trade me. I know they have at least 1 adventure creature, probably have more. Next turn, we can Despark this and play a Knight of Autumn. Then get up to 9 mana this turn. Sneak attack on a hammer. There you go, more accurate. They're a Fires of Invention deck. Weird. Okay. Oh, I guess that does make sense. We saw Biogenic Ooze last game. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Fires plus Oozes is sweet. Got a better use for this Knight of Autumn now, though, so that's nice. I assume we're gonna see them activate Ooze here. Then the question becomes, do I kill Ooze or do I kill Cavalier Gales here? I can draw some cards before I figure out the appropriate answer to that at least. All right, well now we're killing the ooze because that doesn't block anymore. So let's start with this and see where we go. Like to destroy that one. I can actually turn this into a cantrip plus a 4/4, right? Why did I attack my 4/4 into their 5/5? Probably because I'm dumb. Probably because I'm dumb. That's fine. To send a message. This is how much I need this 4/4. Okay? You know, ain't nobody need this 4/4. Ooh, that could be good later. I don't know if it's actually good right now, but it could be good later. Let's get rid of that one. Let's play this. Like, even if they sweep the board from here, we're in a pretty good spot. So, like, have these as follow-ups. Like, have Great Henge in play still. Board state is thick, chat. Thick and chunky. Oketra, yeah, Oketra runs away with the game very quickly. Both Oketra and Great Henge are great creature payoffs. I kind of like... Yeah, I kind of like both of these. The fact that both of these cards pay us off for the same thing is kind of neat. Like this is probably something worth exploring more. Like both of these want you to do the same thing. Four of this might be a little many. 4 Massacre Girl might be a little many. Someone had mentioned Growth Chamber Guardian earlier. That's a card that's kind of sweet with both of these. It's extra sweet with Henge. Could see that being okay potentially. Okay. Is Tristani worth a slot? Yeah, maybe. Maybe they have like a flame sweep in addition to Chandra. Do they also have flame sweep here? Tolspear does not get 2 Henge triggers. Henge explicitly does not trigger on tokens. Yeah, you got it. Sick. All right. I kind of like things that this deck is doing. And again, when you're playing something new, I think it's important not just to focus on everything that you're doing, but like trying to pull out specific interactions is good. The fact that this is a card that hasn't really been explored, mostly because it was a 3/3 elk for a lot of this format. And I think as we move forward into Theros season, one of the things that's going to be important to remember when brewing decks is that new cards that get added to the format the new format's not just about the new cards, but how those new cards also interact with your older cards that maybe previously weren't quite playable, maybe be pushed over the top. And I think there's a chance that this is a card that's worth exploring depending on what other new tools we get to surround it. All right. We are going to hit a quick ad break so I can get set up for the next deck. And when I get back, we are going to play We're going to play some of this Emery Reanimator deck. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.